Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kaiserredux. We're playing as Azerbaijan. It's 1938. Afghanistan is fighting the provisional government of Faranga. Iran just grabbed a bunch of territory here. Hey, good for them. I'm probably going to be fighting. But maybe not, we'll see. Not quite yet. Not quite yet, but it's gonna do it anyway. Get a heavier machine gun. Kapew. Range improvements, maybe? I guess. I suppose we could do that. Okay, Czech Republic. Okay. Okie dokie. Interessant. Yeah, so Illyria is just out. The Bohemian Revolution. As it is said many times, history tends to repeat itself. Thus, it is inevitable that even after the precipice of the Bohemian crisis was resolved, there would not be peace in Bohemia. A series of dominoes in Bohemia has led to yet another crisis, now unsolvable by words and promises. These dominoes have fallen not just because of nationalism, but rather in tandem with their supposed overlords. Many pardoned soldiers and politicians who came back to Bohemia have renounced allegiance to the Kaiser and declared a new, independent Czech Republic, one they dreamed of decades before. Such a revolution in the heart of monarchist Europe is a shockingly bold move, one only permissible by staunch patriots such as the Czech people. The Austrians must endure yet another test. Illyria has joined back in the Dono Adriabund. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not really holding out too much hope for the Czechs. We should probably get just, yeah, I'll just get regular efficient. Anyways. Anything? We get better fuel refining, I guess? That's so unnecessary, I'll be honest. Basic fortification we could get, I guess. We are running out of stuff to research. Armored cars. Rangers, don't you know? We could just get weapons too early. Let's get weapons too early. And get support equipment that is better. By that, I mean cheaper. We don't need to convert anything. That's unnecessary. Okay, Shaanxi has joined the National Pacification Army. That's a pretty beefy alliance, I'll be honest. Okay. Haha, the Russian threat. Russia's decades-long slump has ended, and now the Russians are rebuilding. Already, they raised claims over their former imperial territories, and Eastern European states are surely going to be one of their targets to make sure the Russian threat is contained, and Eastern European states can defend their sovereignty. The leaders and generals of the Oststaaten have gathered in Riga to discuss a program of mutual cooperation. A joint military defense fund has been established, and the United Baltic Duchy has been entrusted with managing it to fund the region's joint defense ventures. Great. I may want to contribute to that. Alright, we're able to get great war infantry again. Not so great war infantry. Okay, Ukraine has declared war on the West Ukrainian Republic. Okie dokie, artichoke. Military police? Maybe. Sure. Confederation Peoples of the Caucasus has joined the Reichspakt. That's at once good and also bad. It does bring us into a direct... It does put us on a direct line with, like, the Russian Empire. White Karelia exists. It's selling equipment to the Empire of Japan, I guess. Okay, sure. Huh.
Plan.
Anyways. Wait, who is Germany at war with? West Ukraine, apparently. Sure, I'll accept. I can't get to you, but I'll accept. We've established the motorization committee. We've gotten... How do we have exiled soldiers? What happened? Wait, what? Where did we get a motorized division from? What? That's random, but okay. 2 motorized infantry, 1 cavalry. I'm gonna just switch you guys to pure cavalry. I guess. Oh, did it appear in this lake? Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm gonna disband it. At least we get our forces back. That's so stupid that it spawned in the lake. Good work, guys. Great work. They're taking a bath. This is all tank stuff. Sure. Okay, we should invite foreign advisors. Modern warfare demands modern expertise. The General Staff proposes to invite seasoned officers from abroad, engineers, logicians, and tacticians to reform our doctrine and training. Their experience will guide the formation of a disciplined, well-equipped force capable of facing any regional threat. That would be ideal. To do that. That did give us more manpower. The fall of Lvov. Having fallen from Austrian hands not too long ago, Lvov has had its fair share of fighting since the Weltkrieg, along with untold helpings of unrest and political violence. It comes as no surprise then that Lvov has fallen to yet another invasion, this time Ukrainian soldiers. Having tirelessly fought the streets of the city, the Ukrainian troops met fierce West Ukrainian resistance, but in the end, the resistance had proved to destroy the city rather than the enemy army more. The fall of the cities brought new matters to question. While many thought they might be safer under them than Austria, the statement is now being questioned. The Galician capital is ours. Haha, take that. Russian Empire declared war on the Alash Orda. Not a big surprise. I'll take convoys, sure. Why not? Galicia has declared war on the West Ukrainian People's Republic. Okay, well, I think the war's over, but whatever. Yeah. Everyone was gunshot fighting. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. The violence was fast as lightning. Alright, West Ukraine has capitulated. Right, I'm involved in this. I would, except not really. This is quite funny. Anyways, confirm and exit. What an extremely stupid situation. Lvov is separated from Galicia. That's really dumb. Kingdom of New England and the Kingdom of Canada ended their hostilities. What do you mean the Kingdom of New England? What? 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 It's George the Second, the House of Washington. It's America's own civic religion. Fascinating. Anyways. I love goofy New England nonsense. It's very funny. We no longer get effects of restoring people's confidence. It's been restored. We could get better mountaineers. But we should probably wait. We could get better field hospitals. That might actually be good for us to do that. Russia announces her ambitions. What's happening? Okay. Russia announces her ambitions. While still, many still view Russia as a failed state, rocked by political protest and radical ideology, good for nothing but filling space in the east of a map, recent events have proved something different. The government of the Russian nation has announced their territorial ambitions, laying claim to almost all the territory of the former Russian Empire, making clear their willingness to resort to military force if needed. Numerous nations in Eastern Europe have already recalled their embassies in Russia, and the world is waiting for Germany's response to this blatant attack on our sphere of influence. We've defeated them once. We'll do it again. Eastern European cooperation. The United Baltic Duchy has chosen to invest part of our joint defense cooperation by sending us a batch of rifles and ammunition directly. This equipment has been added to our stockpiles. Or directed to our stockpiles, which is good, because now we have enough guns. We might be able to get more support equipment. How much is... 25% is fine, I think. For now. Hey. Let's see. We probably should grab this. Electronic stuff. Sure. More oil. More trade with Sweden. I guess electronics manufacturer. None of these are really that good, are they? I don't know if that's even worth it. Let's get just air experience. That seems useful. Left KMT declares war on the Qing Imperial Authority. They've got the most America-looking, Malaysia-looking flag. This is just straight up is the flag of Malaysia, isn't it? Anyway. Eastern European cooperation. Interesting. The United Baltic Duchy has offered to deepen cooperation between Eastern European states by implementing a series of defense contributions. If we join the system, we will pay a portion of our budget to a joint Eastern European defense budget, with which the United Baltic Duchy will be able to purchase equipment for a weapons fund. We will sign up. The Second Northern Expedition. China's civil war has reached a turning point as the left KMT has officially declared war on what remains of the internationally recognized Qing Imperial Authority. The last expedition occurred a decade ago with the aim to unify the country. However, this is not to be, with the KMT greatly underestimating German commitment to the region. With Norway now declared, a stage is set for the repeat of the previous expedition led by Chiang Kai-shek. With Germany preoccupied in Europe, a second German intervention seems unlikely to occur. What this means for China is unknown. History repeats itself. Wow. Invite foreign advisors. Is that a button we can press? Or if possible, okay. We should probably get cement, the Musavat regime, Mustavist regime, and we'll get the Musavatist. Sorry. Musavat was founded upon the principles of equality and progress, not only as slogans, but as a political creed. President Rasulzadeh calls for moral renewal, return to civic virtue, responsibility, and the idea of a unified Azerbaijani nation bound by a shared destiny of liberty and culture. Seems good. Anyways. Good work. We did it. We can invite different advisors. I think it's probably good to invite German advisors. Let's get range. We got range improvements. What do we even want? Let's just start on improved artillery. Yep, the Qing have been annexed. Today, Eid ul-Fitr. Today is the first day of Eid ul-Fitr, and all Muslims are celebrating the end of Ramadan. Eid Mubarak. All right. I'm sitting here pretty skeptical of the tanks. Should probably just get engineering. I think okay, cool. The Caucasus crisis, sparked by Russia's increasing hostility in the Caucasus region, the German Empire has taken upon themselves to stand against their expansionism. This sparked a crisis between two states, marked by diplomatic exchanges and mutual boycotts. However, Russia's not backed down, and relations between the two states remains frozen. Russia was considered to be a second-rate power by many across the world, but it has been rebuilding over the years, and this conflict shows it's not afraid of challenging the German Empire anymore. Stand down!
Dövüşe hazır. Hazırım.
Georgia's joined the Reichspakt. And so has the Kuban Cossack Coast.
Dövüşe
That's
hazırım.
good. That's good for us. What we should do
Dövüşe
is
hazır.
slow it down a little. Form a coherent, cohesive, defensive line. Excellent! More guns.
Emrinize hazırım.
Alright,
Emrinize hazırım.
we can actually contribute to this. Though we have invested a lot in home defense, which is not actually that sick. I hope that the war doesn't start now, but also be for us if it did. A lot shorter's been annexed. Afghanistan is currently kicking Fergana's butt, which is ideal because I think they've recognized it. Okay, the Czech Republic has capitulated. The fall of Prague, the site of the announcement of a freer Bohemia, unplagued by Viennese poltergeist, Czech hegemony has quickly crumbled under the onslaught of repeated Austrian assaults against the Charles Bridge. Air raids have crippled the Powder Tower, and the aristocratic castles of Houses Habsburg, Schwarzenberg, and Liechtenstein have all sustained heavy damage. However, a prolonged artillery siege, followed by an armored assault in the flanks of the city, brought Czech defenders to an immediate surrender. The historic squares of Wenceslas and Old Town have been turned into makeshift command centers and hospital grounds, and so many buildings are unfit for the operations. Bohemia can't seem to catch a break.
Emrinize hazırım.
Should probably do like that. That put us over the special forces limit. Boo. Boo. I think we're gonna train more of these guys. 5 more seems like a good number because they bring up to a flat 24. Actually, close that. Boom. Duplicate. Infantry. We are going to add an engineering company, and I think it's probably we want to add a field hospital, and then support artillery, and then probably a few more infantry. Nope, not militia. Something like that. Logistics might also be good. And then we will train 5 of them. And we're not making any trucks, I think. Alright. We have more than enough artillery. Alright. Let's see. We can afford to speed up again. Alright. Honduras and Guatemala are annexed into the Central American Republic. They are authoritarians. Okay. Oh boy, it's the war in the desert. But that will have to wait for the next episode. Bye-bye.